to Jurassic Park.
We've made living biological attractions so astounding that they'll capture the imagination of the entire planet.
The most phenomenal discovery of our time
How'd you do this?
becomes the greatest adventure of all time.
Can I touch it?
Sure.
Universal Pictures presents
You feel that?
Hold on to your butts.
a Steven Spielberg film.
Fences are failing all over the park.
Yeah, that's nice. Gotta go.
An adventure
I can't get Jurassic Park back online.
65 million years in the making. Jurassic Park.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to a brand new episode of Ranked and Reviewed. This is actually the premiere episode for our series, and we'll get to what we're doing in a minute. First of all, I'm your host, Tomye West. Joining me, as always, is my co-host, ALANNIS MAXIMUS. How you going, man?
Yeah, not bad.
Not bad? Not bad?
Tired, but good.
That's always the way, man. That's always the way. Of course, if you can't tell by the background, if you can't tell by the trailer, before the episode, we are doing Jurassic Park Ranked and Reviewed. Now we are taking a break from our Batman Ranked and Reviewed series at the moment because Jurassic Park Dominion, or Jurassic World Dominion, sorry, I got corrected on that on Facebook as well.
Yeah.
Some person that was like, it's Jurassic Park, whatever, Jurassic World. And I'm like, whatever, man, I don't care. Jurassic, you know what? Just for the sake of it, I'm just going to call it Jurassic Park from now on. It's called Jurassic Park Dominion, and it comes out in theaters June 5th. So every week till that movie, sorry, one second, I'm just going to change the brightness on my thing here. Every week up until June 5th, we are going to be doing a new Jurassic Park movie to review. So it'll be Jurassic Park The Lost World, Jurassic Park 3, Jurassic Park 3, man. Jurassic World, and then Jurassic World, what is it? Fallen Kingdom? Now I have to look it up. Listen, I had a rough week. My dog passed away yesterday, and I've had a hard time dealing with that. So if everyone could just give me a moment, I'm going to check what the actual name of that is, and that would be, yeah, it's Fallen Kingdom. I'm sure of it.
That sounds familiar.
Yep, it's called Fallen Kingdom. So I wasn't fucking wrong. So yeah, again, Jurassic Park, Lost World, 3, World, Fallen Kingdom, then Dominion on June 5th. So look forward to one of these every week coming up. So first of all, before we get started, let's get into it. You have to subscribe, like, and share. It's what the dinosaurs would have wanted, and they're gone now. And you must do what the dinosaurs want.
You wouldn't want to speak ill of the dead, especially dead dinosaurs. So,
nope. Rest in peace, T-Rex. So, with that, we're going to get into our Jurassic Park review for the movie that came out in 1993, which, when I was writing out this title, I said to Alan, I have a really bad memory because I thought this was like 95, 96. So I'm glad I did the IMDb check quick before we did this episode because it was 1993, which means I was in kindergarten. And my mum took me to go see this in kindergarten. And I remember while I was in kindergarten, the teachers had gone and seen it the night before. And they were like, don't go see Jurassic Park. It's really scary. And then my mum was like, we're going to see Jurassic fucking Park. And I was like, woo! Do you remember the first time you saw it, Alan, and how it occurred?
I can remember seeing it at the movies. I think at Croydon Cinema, even.
Wow.
That's what it was.
I saw it at
I was
Village Cinemas, Knox. And then...
I was 9.
9? I was 5, obviously, or something like that. So I saw it in cinemas at Knox City. And then I saw it another time at Knox City. And then I saw it another time at Eastland. And then in Queensland, when I went on Queensland holiday, we were walking past the cinema and I saw the big, like, old posters that they used to have, which it wasn't like a poster on the wall. It was like the 3D cardboard posters that were fucking a whole wall of like the dinosaur and shit. And I was like, I want to see it again. And my dad was like, we're in Queensland on holiday. I'm like, I don't give a fuck. I want to see it again. I'm 5 and I don't give a fuck, Dad. You know what I mean? So, we went to the movies and saw it again. And then halfway through that, I was like, I've seen all I wanted to see again. And then I've seen it multiple times on VHS. I even went to go see it when it got re-released in 3D. So that wasn't that too long ago either. That was, you know, it was a long time ago, but it wasn't as long as
that happened.
Yeah. So I've seen this movie so many times. It was just automatically my favorite movie from childhood because I was a dinosaur kid. Were you a dinosaur kid?
I definitely was.
Yep. Man, what is it with dinosaurs and kids? Like, and like
They are
boys
cool.
especially, you know? Like, man, Quinn loves dinosaurs and he knows everything about it. And he like saved money and bought a legit tooth for a dinosaur. Like he got a fossil. Like he didn't buy a fake tooth. He went on eBay with his mum and was like, I want that tooth. And it was like a real tooth. And he saved his own money and bought it. So he's got like this. It's one of those ones from the new movies, like that swim that jumps up with a.
Yes.
Yeah. So it's one of those two, which is really cool. So yeah, let's get into what sort of an overview of this movie. Give me 1 second. Could have been a little bit more prepared, but you know what? Wasn't. So the overview. So this movie came out. Man, you know what? It's fucking bullshit. I had the page open for IMDb right then and there, and then it just closed on me. All right, so this movie came out, as I said, 1993. It was also PG-13, like some other suspicious movies we know of, like The Batman. Very suspicious PG-13 movie, if you ask me. 2 hours, 7 minutes long, which that's longer than I thought it was by watching it, because it goes by very quickly. So it was directed by Steven Spielberg. Writers, Michael, is it Crichton or Crichton? He's obviously the guy that wrote the book.
I say Crichton, but I am also not informed on this.
And then David Coep. And then it stars Sam Neill, Laura Dern, and Jeff Goldblum. And it also stars Newman from Seinfeld.
Yes. And Samuel L. Jackson.
Instead of, hello, Jerry. Hello.
Dennis fucking Nedry.
Hello, Dr. Grant. So, yeah, this movie has an IMDb rating of an 8.2 out of 10, which is pretty high. The Metacritic score, though, the Metascore from Metacritic is much lower, which is really weird and concerning, as it gets a 68. That's fucking bullshit, man. This movie is not a 68.
Feel that if you give this movie a 68, you like other movies such as Schindler's List.
I say if you give this movie a 68, you like other movies, like every other movie that doesn't have dinosaurs in it.
And you definitely don't like Batman and Robin because that movie's quality.
I don't know, man. I'll let you start. George Clooney. Imagine George Clooney was instead of like Jeff Goldblum in this movie, it was fucking George Clooney, and he's just like,
there's a dinosaur.
When you gotta go, you gotta go. When you gotta go, you gotta go. So yeah, that's the overview of it. And if you want the synopsis or the blurb, whatever, which I usually give to you, I can't be bothered reading it, so I'm just going to say what it is. A guy manages to get DNA from dinosaurs that were in tree sap from mosquitoes from millions of years ago or whatever. Whatever. And he fucking cloned those dinosaurs, made lots of dinosaurs, opened a park. Lots of people went. Oh, no, not lots of people went. A few people went to see the park and give it their blessing and give it funding and all sorts of things. The dinosaurs break out because the power turns off because there's a storm. And there's also a side plot of Newman from Seinfeld saying, hello, Dr. Grant, and stealing the DNA from the dinosaurs and trying to sell it. And yeah, it's all about them trying to get out of this park alive before they get eaten. So that is the synopsis. And you know what? I think I covered it pretty good.
Yes.
That was on the top of my head. I didn't write anything down. And I bet you guys knew that anyway. It wasn't that good. So let's give our thoughts on this, Alan. I'm excited to hear your stories, your thoughts, and just your overall, your general thought of the movie and your history with it. Because there's a lot of stories I think we can talk about. So let's start. What do you think?
Yes. It was one of those movies that, like, so I was massive into dinosaurs as a kid. So it was just like the shit when I saw it. I was like, fucking dinosaurs. And I actually surprisingly haven't seen it in a long time, but I've always gone back to this movie and noticed it holds up. Like, its effects are nearly 30 years old, but it's still like a Tyrannosaurus, man. Like, its eye in the window, and then it's like, it's better than some things that they've done recently. But it's a thoroughly enjoyable movie, well paced, just good. There's nothing I dislike about it. There's nothing.
I'm just writing down some notes so I can come back to them when you're ready. Hold on. You said that it holds up, and yep, keep going.
Yeah. Also, I think the first movie I ever saw where I legitimately hated a character, like in the sense of, not that I disliked the character, but hated. See, what the fuck am I saying? I hated them, but they were good. That's what I mean. Like in Newman's, I can't even remember his name, but Newman's character.
Yeah, Nedry, isn't it?
Nedry, that's it. Yes. Yeah.
What a weird name.
So, but it's interesting. It's kind of redefined dinosaurs, even though, like, there's a lot of things that are wrong that they get with it. Because I guess because it's the whole sci-fi thing, and like raptors aren't that big. Dilophosaurus, I think, were bigger, didn't have the frill, and things like that. But it's they kind of made dinosaurs their own, which is very interesting.
Yeah, well, now with you saying that, like, it's interesting because we don't actually know what these dinosaurs look like. All we have is fossils and bones and evidence of, like, skull structures. So, like, when you've got the bones, you're a scientist, you can kind of determine the size of the head, the shape of the head, the size of the body, how it used its arms and stuff, just by its skeleton layout and how the bones would have worked. Yeah. So we don't have an idea of what these dinosaurs look like cosmetically, really. And the crazy thing is, half of these dinosaurs could have been fucking pink for all we know.
Yeah.
You know? Like, there's no proof that these dinosaurs all had that brown looking, sort of greeny looking dinosaur skin or whatever. So as much as we all like to think that that's exactly what dinosaurs look like, and when we saw them brought to life on the big screen, that was like, whoa, this is real dinosaurs. I agree that, yes, a lot of the dinosaurs were a little bit more, made up, or had things that were made up to them, like how raptors did have feathers, and how dinosaurs were so, like, most of the dinosaurs out there are, like, so much more birdish than they give credit for. I know they say that in the movie. I'm not saying they don't, but, like, I don't think people take that message away from the movie enough when they watch it. They still look at dinosaurs as, like, reptiles kind of thing. And
Yeah.
it's like, yeah, we don't know what they look like. And back to your other point, how it holds up CG wise, I totally agree, because I don't know if you've seen, but there's an article or a video on YouTube. I can't remember now, but you saying this brought a memory up, where the headline was something like, why Jurassic Park still looks better than all of the sequels CG, including up till now. And it's an impressive thing. It's something about scale of the dinosaurs, like, on screen and shit, and movement, and, like, it's a really cool article. So I suggest, if anyone wants to find out more, go onto YouTube, type in Jurassic Park CG better or something, just the random keywords, and I'm sure you'll come across it. But it does hold up really well, and I think it's because also it's not overcrowded with CG effects. It's got a lot of real puppetry, which is insane. We'll actually bring up in a minute, we're going to do this on our normal podcast too. I'm going to bring up the featurette from the new movie, as they are bringing back legacy characters from this movie and it shows a little bit of the behind the scenes footage from the making of the 1993 movie, and it shows on set a giant fucking Tyrannosaurus Rex puppet. Like, this whole thing, man, is huge. It's on top of the car with its foot, and when it's upside down, and it looks so fucking cool. I'll bring that up towards the end of that episode, though. So yeah, I mean, like, this movie holds up well. The story's great. The actors are great. The action is great. But little fun fact: did you know that there was only 7 minutes of dinosaur screen time?
Really?
7 minutes, bro.
That's crazy.
For a dinosaur movie, there is 7 minutes.
That's insane. That is such a tiny amount.
It really is, man. And if people are like, "Oh, there's a little bit longer," yeah, okay, maybe 9 minutes. You're talking about a 2-hour movie. Even if it was 15 minutes, a 2-hour movie, 2-hour and 10-minute movie, 15 minutes of dinosaurs at most. So when you're talking about how expensive this movie was, how crazy it was, the CG that they were doing, and the work that Steven Spielberg put into making these dinosaurs look real, like, this was a huge achievement in not only cinema, but in storytelling and in marketing, in toy distribution, in fandom, in franchise. Like, this movie created a genre on its own, nearly. And if it didn't create it, it was a big part of where we are today with how movies are made. And I honestly think the way movies are made today should take a page out of the book of this movie and start doing more practical effects, because, as we've seen, it holds up more. And we want these movies to hold up as best as they can. And with CG, a lot of the time it falls flat. Just like the movie you were talking about before that you love so much, Batman and fucking Robin. The CG in that movie is fucking... It looks like PlayStation 2 graphics. No joke, man. That cut from Mr. Freeze scene where on the like wobbly bridge thing, like city bit, and the camera's like outshot like here. The Batman and Robin's bike look worse than Xbox, than any game. Like, terrible. It looks like CG from a PC game you got out of a cereal box in the 90s. And yes, I'm drinking a 2-liter bottle of Coke on camera because my dog died last night and I've been lazy and can't be bothered getting a glass. So, cheers to my dog. It's sad. And also, while I'm talking about that, I'll just quickly say, yeah, I probably shouldn't be doing the podcast because it's been a hard time. It only happened last night and he was my dog for 12 years. But at the same time, I need to keep busy and this brings me joy doing this stuff. So you don't get to miss an episode and I won't miss doing an episode because it helps me, and it helps me because I know I'm helping other people who want something to do. Maybe we're going through a tough time as well. So maybe we can be there together for each other, you know? So, yeah, along with that, what else you got to say, Alan?
Where's our Dino Riders movie as well? That's another thing I remember about seeing this movie. Hoping that there would soon be a movie about dinosaurs with lasers. And we've not had that yet. And it makes me sad.
Well, now that you're speaking of it, we could just bring up this, man. Now there's aliens with the dinosaurs, stars, puffy clouds,
space dinosaurs.
I'm guessing the top of like a pyramid or a sailboat.
Cloud thing.
Yes, and we have the Nazca lines, the circle.
Nice. So the dinosaurs got on a boat.
That's not till the second one. That's not till the second one, remember? That's when they're on the boat, apparently.
We are foreshadowing it.
Yes, we are. And yeah, I love this movie, man. Like, what are your thoughts on like Sam Neill? What do you think? What are your thoughts on Laura Dern? What are your thoughts on Jeff Goldblum? Like the kids? Like, give us a rundown of what you like about the actors.
I'm a big Sam Neill fan. I think that's the only thing that makes me have a slight fondness of the third movie is that Sam Neill is in it. Yeah. Jeff Goldblum as well. He's also always kind of meant. I don't really have too much on either way or the other for was it Laura Dern?
Yes, but I know you might not have a thought on her, and I liked her in the movie and shit, and I think it's cool to see her come back and do all this stuff in the other ones. She's been in a lot of them, like she's been in 3, I believe, and she's going to be coming back for the new one as well. But it's cool because she does the wife's voice on F is for Family.
Ah, yeah.
Which is awesome because
she does do something else.
She's so funny in that show, even though it's finished now. Like she's awesome in that fucking movie, show. So it's cool, man. Like I was like, who's Laura Dern when I was looking up the credit like casts for F is for Family because I was like Bill Burr, who else? Kevin Long is a voice in it. Vince Vaughn's in it, and Laura Dern. And I was like, I've got to see who these people are. And I saw Laura Dern. I was like, huh. I didn't expect her to be like this because she swears a lot in it. And she's like pretty filthy in it. So it's pretty cool. But yeah, like I love Jeff Goldblum, man. Like I got to say he's my favorite part of this movie is Jeff Goldblum. Just because his little quips, he's sort of like it's so funny because if you watch Independence Day and this movie, he's playing the same character. He's just Jeff Gold fucking Blue. Like there is no difference between him in this movie and that. And I wonder if these are like set in the same world. We just put the alien spaceship up. Tell me it's not. Tell me it's not. Maybe Independence Day and Jurassic Park are in the same universe. Let's think about that for a second. There's a lot of coincidences that the fact that the only overlay that makes any sense with this now is the spaceship one. There's no other overlay that we've got that we could put up now, and it's like, whoa, my mind's just blown, dude. You know. But yeah, what do you think of Jeff Goldblum in this?
I like him. He's just an entertaining actor. He's got this weird, adorable seediness about him as well. It's like
that laugh, man, that creepy laugh.
It's like you're kind of making my skin crawl, but
this is exactly how it goes, right? It's just like creepy. And what's the other thing? When you gotta go, you gotta go. But yeah, there's so many good quips in it. You know what? I wonder if we could find a video of like all the like Jeff Goldblum quips just from the movie. Jeff Gold. If we can, we're watching it, man, because that's some top-notch quality podcasting. Jurassic Park montage. Oh, come on, please. Well, we're not going to watch the whole lot, but there's 9 minutes of Jeff Gold. Let's pull this up. Oh, man, I need a laugh today, so this will be good, you know, like. This will be some therapy for all of us. So, share. Is this the right one? Yes. Yes, it is. All right, let's go.
The control you're attempting is
oh, why is it flashing like that?
Not possible. This is one from the history of evolution.
I'm going to fix that. 1 second. Was it flashing for everyone else?
It was all right on this end.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll play it again anyway.
The kind of control you're attempting is it's
flashing, I think.
Not
there's no picture though, which is strange.
Has taught us that life will not be contained. Life breaks free, it expands to new territories, and crashes through barriers painfully.
All right, 1 second. We're going to try once more. Okay, it's definitely the sharing, because as soon as I stop sharing...
There it is. You're implying that a group composed entirely of female animals...
Oh, you know what I think it is?
Breed.
No, I'm simply saying that life...
You're fucking joking me, bro. Oh, Universal Pictures, you! Oh, well. What are you going to do? Oh, let's just bring up the laugh. How about we do that, yeah? At least let's bring up the laugh, because I'm sure we can get past the copyright people with that. So
how would that be, though, getting done for getting a strike for Jeff Goldblum's laugh?
Yeah, you know what I love right now? Sorry, I just saw this. The title of this movie, the title of this clip is Jeff Goldblum ... laughing. That's fucking hilarious, dude. Because it's like, is he? Like, he's pretty fucking creepy, you know what I mean? So, here it is. For anyone that hasn't seen this movie, I'm sure all of you have. This is the laugh we're talking about.
So you two dig up dinosaurs?
Wow.
You'll have to get used to that.
Oh my god, man. That laugh, I tell you. That was, you know what? Highlight of the movie. Just fucking hell. So, yeah, I mean, was there anything in this movie, like parts in this movie you thought dragged on too long? Was there anything you didn't like? Because I can tell you there's a few moments that I think are a little bit too long in the teeth, but overall it doesn't paint it less of a masterpiece, you know what I mean? Was there any parts that you think are a little bit too long?
Was it not so fresh in my mind? Not really. Like, I might look back on it and find there were, but overall, I think it got to its point pretty well. And it didn't do a Batman and overstay its welcome either.
Even the scenes that were like, sort of like the boring stuff were entertaining. Like,
yeah,
the part at the start when Newman's like bartering with the guy eating lunch at the, you know, hut thing. And he's like, you know, don't mess me around, man. Don't mess me around. He's like, where am I going to put it in? And he pulls out the fake spray of like shaving spray. And he's like, you can open this. And he does that laugh as well, where he's like, like all those parts are super fun. And dude, I can't believe we forgot to even mention him. Fucking hell, man. Samuel L. Jackson, bro.
Shit.
Jesus. This is the whole time. Just gonna do this. So with the smoke, you know?
Yeah.
We're just
I don't think there's not a motherfucker from him either in it as well. One of the few movies where he does not say that.
These dinosaurs need to get off my motherfucking ass. You know what I mean? Stop breaking
He's
shit, man.
an off-screen death from memory as well, isn't he? Like, you just kind of find his arm.
Yeah. That was a bogus. Yeah, now that you mention it, that's a fucking bogus bullshit way for Samuel fucking L. Jackson to die, man.
I can remember for a long time I never even cottoned on that was him. I was just kind of see the movie and be like, where did he go? And then like eventually I was like, oh, that's him.
Yeah, and what I love about it is that like it's weird, man. Like I couldn't picture anyone else in that role, and it's not a super significant role. That's why I didn't even think about it till then. But like that makes that character way better, having him with the cigarette in his mouth all the time, and the little quips he does to Nedry. Like, geez, like, but yeah, I couldn't picture anyone else doing it. I think he did a fantastic job. What do you think about? I'm going to bring up his name just so I can remember quickly. What do you think of Richard Attenborough?
Yes, I like him. And it's kind of one of those inevitable things. He was pretty old when he made this movie, but when we were coming up on this, I'm like, is he still alive? And sadly, he isn't. Yeah. It would be really cool to see him in another movie. But I don't think he appears in any other movies, any other Jurassic Parks.
Yep.
Which makes me sad. He was a good character. He was just yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's the best way to put it. He's just a lovable character. He's got this like boyish energy about him. Like he's like a kid in the candy store going, my dinosaurs. I have made dinosaurs.
Yeah, he is kind of like a Willy Wonka. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it'd be so funny if like he's like, take a welcome. Park. And then they're like, they look over and there's some Oompa Loompas. Oompa Loompa Dumpity Doo. I've got these dinosaurs I cloned for you. Oompa Loompa Dumpity Dee. will you come and look at them for me? So, but yeah, let's talk a little bit about the dinosaurs. Like, what are your favorite dinosaurs in the movie, and what are your favorite moments with these dinosaurs?
I think I am a big fan of the T-Rex because who isn't? And it's just that the roar is just great as well. Like,
even though he's got little bitch ass arms like this.
I think it's Brachiosaurus, the one that snots all over Lex. That's.
Yeah.
I'm still a fan of that scene as well. It's a good breakup from the tension, I think.
See, that reminds me of what the parts I didn't really think they went a little bit too long, which was the part when the kids were separated with Sam Neill. I think does kind of go a little bit too long. And I don't know, it's just like them waking up in a tree, and that it's a cool part, that sneezing on it and a God bless you, and it got these cool moments. But I do feel like they could have just tightened that little bit up personally. But
Yeah.
That's just a personal preference thing. That's not like something that's fact or that I wouldn't blame if someone else didn't feel the same way. Unlike people who are claiming that Batman wasn't too fucking long. Sorry, but it was by a good half an hour.
Yep.
And it's up for download now, guess what? And I downloaded it. Not once have I gone to watch it yet.
I don't know if I can dedicate another 3 hours of my life to it just yet.
I thought you'd like my post that I put up the other day on Facebook. I thought that was cool. I didn't think no one fucking. That's what I mean. No one has a sense of fucking humor about this movie. Everyone's like, "It's the best." What do you mean it's not the best? And I'm like, have a sense of humor about it. Where I was like, hey, if anyone wants to watch the Batman movie, which is an okay movie, and want to spend half the day watching a movie, it's up for download. Like that's half the day. I thought it was hilarious because that's what we did at Knox City. We were there for ages, bro. Like, think about it. We got there, we walked in, we waited for the trailers, the movie, we walked out, had to drive home. That was a half a fucking day, bro. You know what I mean? So yeah, I think that was too long. I think this movie's perfect. Doesn't feel like it drags. I can't wait to see how that compares to the titles. And as we said actually, for all of you that don't know, this is a little behind the scenes inner working of how our media channel works. If we do an episode and we don't think it's good enough, or there's too much in it that we didn't like, it ain't coming up. So we did an episode last week, which we're going to try and snip some bits out and put in a new episode, where we talked about how Jurassic World. Sorry, I got to correct myself to the wrong way, just because I want to annoy people. Jurassic Park Dominion has the longest running time out of all Jurassic Park movies, while Jurassic Park 3 has the shortest running time. So, you know what, though? Jurassic Park 3 does feel like, I'm pretty sure that feels like a lot longer than it actually is. So, thank fucking Christ for that. I'm not looking forward to what we have to do and rewatch that movie, dude. Like, I almost feel like I've just been through Vietnam with it, and I'm going to have to go back. I'm like seeing flashes like, oh, no, Tia Leone, no, no.
Then that dinosaur, Alan.
Oh, yeah. Dude. Oh my God, I forgot about that, man. Dude, I am so clipping that out to use on you all the time now, bro. Oh, dude, we're going to have that video, like, put in this streaming service so that I can click it whenever I want. So that when you say something on the podcast, it's just a dinosaur comes up and goes, Alan.
And here's my co-host.
Dude, I have to find that clip now quickly. I have to, dude. That is... Oh my God, I can't believe we're talking about something from a future movie, but we have to. Dude, you made me cry with laughter because you reminded me of that. Here we go. Yes. Oh, fuck, man. Oh, God, that's the first time I've laughed like that for a while now, and especially that was good during the time I'm having at the moment. Here we go. Wait. Here we go. I'm like, oh man, dude, that was awesome, and we are definitely using that on all future podcasts. It's going to be with your host Tomye West and your host Alan. Okay. Sorry guys, I had a moment of fucking mental breakdown there. I haven't slept much, so that was fucking. Alan. You know what made me laugh was the way you said it too. You're like, remember Alan, and you did the sock puppet thing. All right, so any final thoughts on this movie before we get into our trivia and then our ranking?
Not really. It's as I said the whole way through, it's pretty great. I can see this being the contender for the number one already. I think I'm going to rewatch everything, and obviously there's a couple of movies I haven't seen. In fact, by the end of this, it's half of the movies I haven't seen yet. So we'll see how we go. But I just don't think Chris Pratt is going to knock this off the pedestal, because I'm trying not to be predisposed to just thinking he's a bit average, but yeah.
He doesn't, man. And I can tell you that right up front. And you don't need to be spoiled on that fact, because like he does a great job. Don't get me wrong. And I really like the two new movies, except we'll get to it later on. But one of them has an ending that I actually in the cinema out loud, when the credits came up, went, "Get the fuck out of here." So we'll talk about that later on. And I walked out shaking my head the entire time going, what the fuck just happened? What'd they do? So, yeah, we'll talk about that when we get to it, obviously. But, yeah, I can see this staying at number one. I'm a little bit worried about watching the sequel, because I also remembered something else about the Lost World, and that was gymnastics. You know exactly what I'm talking about, right?
Yes.
Oh, God. What have we done to ourselves, man? Vietnam flashbacks. Fucking Tia Leone. All right, so let's get into some quick trivia. So, this movie and book generated so much interest in dinosaurs that the study of paleontology has had a record increase in students.
Yeah.
The Tyrannosaurus roars were a combination of a dog, penguin, tiger, alligator, and elephant sounds. Alan,
why not a donkey in there as well? Like,
yeah, like imagine they added like a donkey and they're like, too much. At around 25 minutes, the Mr. DNA cartoon was Steven Spielberg's way of condensing much of the novel's exposition into a few minutes. Universal Pictures paid Michael Crichton $2 million for the rights to the novel before it was even published.
It'd be funny if he's just like, no, I don't want to make this book anymore.
Yeah, he's just like, fucking suckers. They're like, in 6 months, have you done the book yet? And he's like, what fucking book? Steven Spielberg was in the very early stages of pre-production for the movie ER, based on the Michael Crichton novel. Fuck off. ER. Fuck off. What a terrible idea for a movie. So I'll keep reading it.
ER?
Yes.
Like
the
George
movie.
Clooney ER?
Yes. What the connection, bro?
Yeah. Maybe they're in the same universe as well.
Steven Spielberg. So Steven Spielberg was in the very early stages of pre-productions for the movie ER, based on the Michael Crichton novel. When he heard about the Jurassic Park book, he subsequently dumped what he was doing to make this movie. Afterwards, he returned to ER and helped develop it into a television series, the hit television series ER. Okay, so it was going to be a movie, and then it was a TV show. This wasn't, let's make a movie from the TV show. It was going to be a movie before it was a TV show. Whoa, bro. Like, I don't know what's worse. The actual show that came out or the fact that it was going to be a fucking movie.
I can't remember much about it. I don't think I ever watched it, and there's a good reason.
What a terrible fucking tragedy AR. Come on, man. The Triceratops dung at around 52 minutes didn't smell at all. It was made of clay, mud, and straw. It was drizzled in honey and papayas so flies would swarm near it. None of us actually thought that was real shit on the fucking movie set.
Should have been, though. Should have been.
Despite being called Jurassic Park, here we go. Okay, so I was wrong a little bit, but I still said in this bracket of time, despite being called Jurassic Park, the dinosaurs only have around 15 minutes of screen time. 9 minutes are Stan Winston's animatronics, and 6 minutes of it is industrial light and magic CGI. This means only around 11% of the film is dedicated to the dinosaur scenes.
I wonder how many of these dinosaurs are actually from the Jurassic period as well.
Yeah, that's a good question. Then we'll go with two more. This movie opened on Friday, June 11th, 1993, and broke box office records its first weekend with 47 million. It eventually went on to make more than 900 million worldwide. David Coates remembers the day it opened. I was in New York, and walked into Ziegfeld Theatre to see how it was doing. The guy comes out and announces to the people, ladies and gentlemen, the 7 o'clock show of Jurassic Park is sold out. And people go, oh, and he goes, also the 10 o'clock show is sold out. And they would go, ooh. And also the Saturday night 7 and 10 o'clock shows are also sold out. And I was like, I'm not an expert, but I think this is very good. And then the last one, Steven Spielberg liked the dinosaurs to do behavioral things that had nothing to do with the plot, like stopping to scratch, something he learned on E.T., the extraterrestrial.
Well, there you go.
That's some trivia.
Scratching dinosaurs.
Yes, and as I said, I'd bring up the new promo spot for Jurassic World. Sorry, 1 second. What the fuck? Fucking IGN. Fuck off. So 1 second. Everything's just like automatically playing. All right, Jurassic World. I'm going to bring up the TV spot that just came out for, not TV spot. It's like a legacy featurette here, and it shows some of the making of the original movie, and it shows what characters are coming back to the new one. And the only reason I'm showing this trailer is because it is very relevant to the new movie, as it features a lot of.
I am hoping for a re-showing of Samuel L. Jackson's arm.
Yeah, that'd be funny, man. Imagine you could buy that prop. I'm pretty sure I bet you someone owns it, dude. I bet you, because I collected props, dude, and I bet you someone's got that in their private collection. I bet you, or Samuel L. Jackson took it home from set, or one of the crew. All right, so let's have a look at this new legacy featurette before we get into our ranking.
Just so jolly, I love it.
We had an enormous amount of fun on the first film.
Look at that.
That's crazy.
There was an energy on set that it was the first time you'd ever seen anything like this.
I was excited about everything that it could be.
When I
Was he yawning then?
I saw the ripples on the water, I was like, oh my gosh. It really defined my generation, this film.
I cried the first time I saw dinosaurs. Suddenly, that which had never seemed real before now was totally real. And I realized at that moment that cinema forever had changed.
Jurassic World Dominion is the culmination of the franchise. It concludes a story that Steven Spielberg started telling in 1993.
When we were making Jurassic World, I knew it was going to be really special. I could never have imagined we'd be here working alongside Sam Neill, Jeff Goldblum, and Laura Dern. It's pretty fantastic.
It is so much fun. It is everything we could have ever hoped for and more. I thought it was a fantastic idea to bring these two worlds together.
It's been a great privilege to be a custodian of something like this. Our legacy characters, our Jurassic World characters, are back.
Our storylines intersect. It's the convergence of the two franchises.
We need to fix a terrible mistake.
And most importantly, go on a true, honest-to-God, scary as hell adventure.
This is what everything has been leading to.
I could use your expertise.
You coming or what?
No, I'm not.
Hold on, guys!
Why do they always have to go bigger? Don't move.
So,
Yeah,
what did you think about that trailer?
I like that.
And
every time I see Sam Neill, I get hungry for lamb.
yeah,
To explain that, those for not watching not in Australia, he advertises lamb, and
he does.
I like lamb.
Watching that trailer gave me goosebumps because I'm very excited that it's a conclusion that is meant to cap off the story and that the two stories intertwine. And just seeing those characters on a Jurassic Park movie again is nostalgic. So let's give it our verdict, meaning our ranking. Well, we're not going to bring up a screen or anything like that today because there's nothing to rank it towards. I'm guessing this is your number one, Alan.
It's a hard decision, and I mean, there's a lot to compare it against, but I'm going to squeeze it in at 1.
Me too, man. And if anyone wants to argue with it, they're just going to have to write in.
Man,
If people are like, no, number 2 is better, I'm going to be like, we haven't watched it yet. So that pretty much concludes our ranked and reviewed episode of Jurassic Park. I was a little bit worried about doing it tonight because, as I said, just had a shit day and night, and everything else, you know what? I've thought about multiple times of what I should do, and that's just drum, podcast, play games, message people, annoy people, make fun of people. I'm getting lost. What were we talking about again, man? So, yeah, everyone, thank you for joining us on this ranked and reviewed episode. Have you got anything else to say before we head out?
trying to think of a bad dinosaur joke, but I can't think of one. So you're safe this time.
No more puns, man. That's just the last thing I need right now, you know? Like, but, you know, it's been terrific. Oh, my God, I hate myself for that one. Thank you all for joining us. I've been your host, as always, Tomye West. My co-host, as always, ALANNIS Maximus. I, for once, pointed the right way instead of being like... And we thank you for joining us, and we'll see you next week with Jurassic Park, The Lost World. Is it going to be a movie we wish was lost forever, or a movie that we are happy isn't lost? Tune in next week and find out. Until then, stay loud.